Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cleats and Carpool podcast. I'm your host, Coach Brian, assistant coach on my son's 12U travel baseball team. Also, carpool wrangler extraordinaire and the guy who's probably spilled more Gatorade in his SUV than any human should admit. If you're a parent shuttling kids to practices, a coach juggling lineups like a circus act, or a young player hustling for that starting spot, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the most stickiest topics in youth baseball, dealing with playing time drama. Man, if I had a nickel for every sideways glance from the stands or whispered complaint in the parking lot, I'd probably buy the whole new team cleats. It's that elephant in the dugout, the one wearing a jersey and wondering why it's not on the field. We've all been there. The kid who's crushing it in practice but riding pine during games, or the parent who's convinced their little slugger is the next Mike Trout. If only the coach would notice. But here's the hook. We're not just venting. We'll break it down from all angles. How I would handle it as a coach when it's not my kid. Spoiler, objectivity is my superpower. And how I switch gears as a dad when it is my son. Double spoiler, it's trickier than hitting a knuckleball. We'll pull in wisdom from high school, college, and pro coaches. Think best practices that have turned bench warmers into all-stars. Plus, tips for parents, coaches, and players to keep the drama low and the fun high. And yeah, we'll sprinkle in some recent baseball data and science because, hey, who knew playing time had stats backing it up? Let's start with the coach's perspective. When the bench kid isn't your own flesh and blood. Let's get into the episode. All right, let's put on the coach's hat first, the one without the emotional baggage. When the player glued to the bench isn't your kid, it's honestly easier to stay objective. I've been there plenty of times with our 12U team. We've got 11 eager kids, only 9 spots on the field, and everyone's got dreams of being the hero. As coaches, our job isn't to play favorites. It's to build a team where every kid grows, not just the ones with the rocket arms. So, how would I handle it? First off, set crystal clear expectations from day one. At our first team meeting, we lay it out. Playing time is earned through hustle, attitude, and showing up ready. On time, every time. No bribes with candy bars, folks. This isn't just talk. It's a strategy pulled straight from high school coaches. They swear by it. One coach from a top Michigan program uses simple points system in practice. Extra reps for her leadership, like picking up gear without being asked. It keeps things. Best practices, rotate positions and innings like you're mixing a salad. Everyone gets a taste. Avoid benching the same kid game after game. It can be demoralizing, like leaving your glove out in the rain. Things get soggy and they fall apart. Instead, focus on development. College coaches from the ABCA, also known as American Baseball Coaches Association, emphasize this. At younger ages like 12U, it's all about skill building, not stacking wins. They recommend small group drills during practice, say 3 to 4 kids rotating through infield stations. So even if the game time is limited, practice reps are equal. I've tried this and it works wonders. Kids stay engaged and parents see the big picture. From the pro side, think about MLB insights. Guys like those from Driveline Baseball stress versatility. Encourage kids to learn multiple positions early. A recent 2024 study from USA Baseball backs this. Players with more positional flexibility get 20% more innings on average because coaches can plug them anywhere. Science alert, a 2025 report in the Journal of Sports Sciences found that balancing playing time in youth sports reduces dropout rates by 15%, linking it to better mental health and sustained interest in the sport. Who knew bench time could be a burnout bomb? For parents listening, observe before you opine. Is your kid fully engaged or are they daydreaming in the outfield? Useful tip, chat with the coach post-practice, not mid-game when we're dodging foul balls. Players hustle everywhere. Run out that grounder like it's the World Series tiebreaker. Coaches, document it all. Use apps like Game Changer to track innings. Showing parents the data if needed. It's transparent like an open book test. If I ever find myself being grilled by a parent about their kid's playing time, I would just smile and say, hey, your little one's got potential, but so does the whole squad. Let's turn that bench time into beast mode with extra drills. Keeps it light and avoids the fireworks. All right, that was the easy part. Now let's flip the script when it is your kid on the pine. Dad mode, engage. All right, confession time. When the kid riding the bench is my own son, it's a whole different ballgame. It's wearing two hats, coach and dad, and sometimes they clash like plaid and stripes. As a dad, my gut screams, but he's my boy. He deserves that spot. But as a coach, I know favoritism is poison. It erodes team trust faster than a bad hop on AstroTurf. So, how do I handle it? Deep breath, stay neutral. I encourage my son to talk to the head coach directly, politely, of course. Hey, coach, what can I work on to earn more innings? Not why am I benched? This builds self-advocacy, a skill high school coaches rave about. One from my D1 feeder program shared, kids who ask for feedback improve twice as fast because they are invested. Best practice, avoid going over heads or pulling strings. It backfires like a wild pickoff throw, making everyone feel awkward. Strategies, turn drama into drive with extra home practice. If my son sat out a game or didn't get the opportunities, we'd hit the backyard, garage, or the batting cages for extra fine-tuning to get better. College coaches echo this. Programs like those at Vanderbilt focus on long-term plans, where early bench time fuels resilience. Pros, even MLB stars like Mike Trout rode pine in youth ball. It built work ethic, leading to faster pro development. A 2024 Ohio State University study found, wait, hold on, I just said the state down south. Disgusting. Go blue. Anyways, they found that continuous youth sports participation links to lower adult anxiety and depression symptoms, while dropouts actually report worse mental health than those who never played. Parental over-involvement in playing time disputes can spike kid anxiety, but supportive, non-interfering approaches help build grit. I want you guys to listen to that one back. Data from Project Play adds kids with balanced parental input stay in sports longer. Here's a useful part for parents. Believe coaches see the full picture. They watch practice, not just games. For players, be versatile. Learn that extra position. An ex post from a former pro scout said, be a ball player, not just a position player. It unlocks the doors or the innings. If I find that my kid is being benched, I resist yelling nepotism alert. Instead, find a way to joke over ice cream. Bench time builds character and bigger appetite for the next at bat. This keeps the family vibe positive. Coaches, if it's your kid, over-communicate fairness. Share lineup logic with the team to squash whispers. Speaking of real-life examples, at the tail end of our 10U baseball season, our team found itself in one of those classic dilemmas that every coach and parent dreads, the playing time puzzle. It's a story that perfectly captures the tug of war between my role as a coach and my instincts as a dad. And to be frank here, it's one that I'll probably never forget. As the season wound down, we coaches took a step back and reflected on what an incredible run it had been. This group of kids had exceeded all of our expectations. There was no way we were making cuts. If anything, we wanted to build on what we had, adding talent to make us even stronger. That's how proud we were of them. Then just before our final tournament, word had got around about a nearby competitive team that was folding. There was one player in particular who caught our eye, a standout kid named Dion. He was a top of the lineup hitter and a lockdown shortstop on his old squad, much like Zan had been for us for over the past 3 seasons. We reached out to Dion and his family to see if they'd be interested in joining us for a trial run, just to check it out if it was a good fit. They jumped at the chance, and we were stoked. Now, as a dad, I'll admit, I had my doubts bubbling up right away. Questions like, is Zan going to lose his spot at shortstop? Or how far down the batting order is he going to slide? I was genuinely worried about how this might shake things up for my boy. But the coach in me, that voice kicked in hard, telling me to pipe down and think bigger. This wasn't just about adding a player. It was about elevating the whole team. Dion wouldn't just make us better, he'd push Zan to new heights, and Zan would do the same for him. It was that classic iron sharpening iron dynamic, the kind that turns good teams into great ones. Fast forward to today, And those two are hands down one of the top middle infield duos in the area. They rotate seamlessly between shortstop and second base every game, and they anchor the top of our lineup, hitting back to back. It's been a game changer, and that's why I'm sharing the story. There are 7 key reasons it sticks with me, and hopefully, for those who are listening, it does for you as well. Number 1, as a dad, it's okay to feel that protective instinct kick in, but don't let it win the day. When we brought Dion onto the team, my first thoughts were straight dad mode. Is Zan going to lose his spot at shortstop? Is he dropping in the lineup? Those worries are real and normal. But here's a lesson I learned. Step back, breathe, and remind yourself that a little competition isn't a threat. It's often the best thing for your kid's growth. Trust the bigger picture. What feels like a risk in the moment can turn into your son's biggest advantage down the road. Number 2, let the coach in you override the worried parent voice. I had those dad questions swirling, but the coach side of me said, shut up and listen. This is going to make the team better and it's going to make your son better. That mindset shift is huge. When you're wearing both hats, prioritize what's best for the group and for the long-term development. It keeps drama low and the progress super high. Number 3, great teams aren't afraid to add talent. They add the right talent. We were so proud of our 10U group that we weren't cutting anyone. We were only adding. Bringing in Dion, a stud hitter and a shortstop like Zan, wasn't about replacement. It was about elevation. The real win, iron sharpening iron. 2 top players pushing each other every day turned a solid middle infield into arguably one of the best in the area. Coaches, scout for those perfect storm additions that lift everyone. Number 4, rotate positions smartly to build versatility and fairness. We flip-flop Dion and Zan between shortstop and second base every game. Neither lost their core role, but both got reps at a new spot they weren't dominant in. The result? They became more athletic, more agile, and way more well-rounded. It's a simple way to manage playing time drama while developing kids who are ready for higher levels. Because specialization is great, but adaptability wins every damn time. Number 5, competition isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. For players like Zan and Dion, a new rival could have sparked jealousy or resentment. Instead, it sparked improvement. They push each other to new heights, built a killer partnership, and turned potential drama into dominance. Young ball players, embrace the guy who's coming in for your spot. He's not taking anything from you. He's helping you become the best version of yourself. Parents, model the right response to change. Kids watch how we handle these moments. By staying team first, communicating openly with Dion's family, and focusing on growth over ego, we showed Zan and the whole squad how to navigate through tough situations with class. That lesson sticks way longer than any lineup spot ever will. Number 7, the best outcomes come from growth over comfort. At the end of the day, this story flipped playing time drama right on its head. What started as a potential issue became a pathway to excellence. For my son, for Dion, and for the team. Prioritize development, hard work, and healthy competition, and you'll often end up with stronger kids, tighter bonds, and a hell of a lot better baseball. All right, time to level up. Let's tap into what high school, college, and pro coaches say about playing time. These guys, they've seen it all. Trials that feel like auditions, roster cuts like a knife, and drama that could fill a soap opera. Key takeaway, it's not just raw talent. Attitude and effort win the innings. All right, let's start with high school. Coaches here emphasize earning it daily. Show up early, stay late, lead by example, says a coach from Michigan High School Athletic Association. They rotate for development, especially under 14U, to prevent burnout. Philosophies from elite programs, they back this, noting equal time builds team depth. Best practice, weekly feedback sessions where kids self-assess. It turns passive bench sitters into active improvers. College level amps it up. Recruits often start on a 1 to 3 year plan. Coaches advise communication without whining. Ask, how can I contribute more? Not why me. Players who adapt early show higher retention. The useful tip here, multi-sport play. Don't specialize too soon. It creates well-rounded athletes less prone to injury. And pros, MLB trends are eye-opening. Driveline Baseball Insights highlight how win at all cost mindset in youth baseball contributes to declining North American player numbers and higher dropout by high school. Pro coaches stress studying from the bench. Watch the game like it's film study. Even stars get benched. It's fuel, not failure. I tell you what, pro coaches would chuckle at 12U drama. Kid, you're not in the show yet. Bench time, treat it like homework, but the fun kind, with peanuts. For everybody, versatility rules. Play everywhere or risk the dugout. Parents, support without sabotaging. There's no need for beach house bribes. Players, own your growth. Coaches, prioritize development over egos. All right, let's geek out with some data. First up, a 2024 Ohio State University study on youth sports and adult mental health, which tracked thousands of adults, found that those who stuck with organized sports continuously had fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression. Dropouts, they reported the worst outcomes, even worse than those who never played. In baseball terms, bailing mid-season misses growth from seeing it through. For players, if sideline, talk it out and commit to improving. Persistence pays long term. Coaches, make the environment supportive so kids want to stay. Parents, encourage sticking with it without pressure. Mix in multi-sports to keep it fresh. All right, shifting gears. Studies on early specialization, like the 2024 review from Jefferson Digital Commons, shows specializing too young ramps up overuse injuries by 2 to 3 times and boosts risk of burnout, anxiety, and lower self-esteem. Diversify played protects mental health and enhances performance long term. Science basically says don't put all your eggs in one glove, or you might end up scrambled. Players, branch out, play soccer or basketball. It'll sharpen baseball skills and keep your mind fresh. Another key study that I came across showed that limited playing time in team sports correlates with lower well-being, higher frustration, and demotivation. USA Baseball stresses meaningful reps for skill mastery. Uneven playing time can slow progress and feel like failure. Players, use bench time wisely. Stand on the fence, study the game, cheer teammates, ask for feedback. Coaches, track reps data driven. Aim for equity to boost morale. Parents, support without complaining. Focus on effort, which leads to more opportunities. These studies scream that balanced playing time isn't just fair. It's essential for growth, health, and keeping kids in the game. Quick tips: coaches, log reps like fantasy stats. Parents and players, prioritize fun and variety to dodge burnout. Remember, baseball is a marathon, not a sprint to the majors. All right, let's wrap this up with some takeaways for everyone. Let's boil it down to some actionable tips, bite-sized like sunflower seeds. For parents, stay positive and encourage your kids to self-advocate. Watch team dynamics. Is your child leading or is he lounging? No mid-game dugout raids. Save chats for after. From insights, focus on arm health over velocity. Overuse from forced playtime backfires. For coaches, transparent rules from the start. Fun practices with rotations. Development first. Wins will follow like a tailing fastball. Use data to justify decisions. It silences skeptics. For players, hustle hard, communicate openly, adapt quickly. Want more time? Treat the bench like lava. Stay hot with mental reps. Be the teammate everyone wants in the lineup. Some universal gems: adjusted challenges. Make baseball a lifelong joy, not a pressure cooker. Remember, even pros face this. Learn to laugh it off and lace up for the next inning. What a deep dive this was. We covered coach objectivity, dad dilemmas, pro-level insights, science-backed strategies, and tips to help keep the drama at bay. Playing time is universal. Handle it right and it builds champions on and off the field. Share your guys' stories in the comments or DM me. What's your wildest playing time tale? Subscribe, give the podcast a review, preferably 5 stars, or we'll bench you. I'm kidding. Just kidding. Thanks for listening, and until next time, we'll see you on the field. Take care.